Ninurta, patron of Lagash the young warrior, brave and courageous Ninurta was identified with Ninjutsu. Ninurta is the son of Enlil and Nilil. His wife was considered to be Uhala and Bor. In Nippura, Ninurta with Enlil and Ninlil formed a divine triad. The battle against the lion-headed Anzu. Initially, the god of thunderstorms appeared in the face of Anzu, a giant eagle with the head of a lioness. Over time, the human face of Ninurta and his zoomorphic hypostasis turned into opponents. Their rivalry was reflected in the myths. According to the Babylonian myth, when Anzu stole the Table of Fates from Enlil, the world was plunged into chaos. The Council of Gods chose Ninurta to fight the monster and restore order in the universe. Only on the third attempt the warrior managed to kill the bird with arrows. He owes his success to the advice of the wise Ey. In the Sumerian myth, the sacred Me was kidnapped not from Enlil, but from Enka. Demiurge and the fruitful force in the spring, when the time of the first thunderstorms came and glacier were melting in the mountains, they began to glorify Ninurta. The raging of thunderstorms was reflected in the myth of the battle between Enlil's son and the winged Asag. The demon Asag penetrated the inside of the mountain and left his family there. Soon, diorite, basalt, granite, hematite, alabaster and other stones rose from it. With this stone army, Asag began to ruin the Sumerian cities, forcibly take the lands and expand his kingdom. Taking the magic mace Shurur, Ninurta opposed the enemy. He devastated his country, but the demon caught up with a tornado, and the dust pillars almost strangled the hero. On his father's advice, he dared to whirlwind with streams of water and killed Asaga, pierced the Smur. Overcoming the enemy, Ninurta began to rebuild the mountains. After all, the water, rising from the ground, froze in the mountains and did not pour into the fields. He piled up stones on top of each other, created a high wall, water flowed down it. He collected scattered waters and sent them to the Tigris, causing the flood. Ninurta named the wooded mountain he created Hersag. Grasses, shrubs, and trees grew on it, gold and silver were mined in it, copper and tin, its slopes were populated by animals. Worried about her son, his mother came to the mountains. A grateful son made her mistress of the mountain, Ninhursag.